Gaskin for GetSportsFocus. I'm here with Troy Williams. Troy, it's a big win. Congrats on winning the Foster's Farm Bowl. How does it feel?
Feels great. Feels great to send the seniors out on the right note. Feels great to end off the season on the right note, man. Just have some momentum going into next year.
Very nice. And end of the game, Indiana has a chance to take the lead with a late field goal. They miss. What do you tell your guys before you guys start that next drive?
It's something we've been going through all year. Trying to finish those drives late in the game. We've been doing that all year, facing adversity. So, I knew as soon as we got the ball back, we'd be able to either punch it in or, put Andy in a great position, win the game for us.
All right, man, you guys definitely did. Let's get into the highlights. It was a game of turnovers, as we saw from the opening kickoff. An early fumble forced by Greg Gooch would set up Indiana with an early score, thanks to a 7-yard pass from Richard Legow to Mitchell Page. However, Utah would come roaring back, scoring 17 unanswered points. Indiana would tack on a field goal and touchdown to make it all even at 17 apiece going into the half. Coming out of the half, Indiana struggled to move the ball, failing to pass midfield in the whole third quarter. They would enter the fourth quarter down 17-23. But history has a way of repeating itself, as Indiana's Tyler Green would knock the ball loose, one of Utah's 4 fumbles of the night. This would set up Indiana as Divine Redding would cap off an 11-play, 60-yard drive with the 3-yard rushing touchdown to make it 24-23 Hoosiers. On the ensuing drive, Utah running back Joe Williams fumbled again, giving Indiana a chance to put the game to bed. But the Indiana drive would stall, and the 40-yard field goal would fail to hit the mark. Utah, with their chance to win the game, marched up the field, setting up kicker Andy Phillips for the game-winning field goal and his 4th of the night on as many attempts. Indiana would get one last chance, but talk about not giving up. Utah's Kavika Luafatasaga eventually gets to the quarterback, sealing the win for the Utes, 26-24. Utah running back Joe Williams would take home the Foster Farms Bowl Offensive MVP. He had 26 carries on the night, picking up 222 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. I'm here with Joe Williams. Joe, first off, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
You stepped away from football early in the year, but now you're back and helping to lead a team to a bowl victory. What's it feel like?
Feels great. Just coming out here is my last game as a collegiate athlete. And, just leaving a legacy. Playing with my seniors one last time and getting coached with his 10th bowl game win, it's just a great way to end the season.
Did you ever think that you would be here one day holding this trophy for the MVP of the Foster Farm?
Nah, I actually thought, I'd just be with my fiance, my family, just kicking it back, being a college graduate. But, I don't have no regrets, and, I'm glad I'm back and was able to play with my boys one last time.
I'm Julian GASKINS here with Andy Phillips, the kicker for the now Foster Farm Bowl champion Utah Utes. Andy, congrats on the win. How does it feel to be such a big part of the team's win like this?
Oh, it feels great, contributing in any way that I can, any way that I can, and so just grateful to get out there and showcase my talents, but I'm more than grateful for my teammates, just their support and getting us down the field and getting me in field goal range, and great snap, great hold. That's all it takes.
Definitely, and you definitely came through for your team today with that game-leading, game-winning field goal. What was going through your head as they're lining up for that kick?
Nothing. I tend to not think about anything when I'm kicking, and if I am thinking about something, usually something goes wrong. So just clearing my mind and just trying to let my muscle memory take over and do what I know how to do.
Well, it definitely worked, my man. Congrats on the win. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Of course.